someone joined in. Greetings. Let's see, I brought a flashlight so I could read better. Sage Smoke and Edmund, thank you so much for joining me. Red Soleil Cup. All right, well, I'll keep going with that while more people join in, and then we'll switch over. Yeah, these are the chimes for Neptune, which rules Pisces, and the new moon, because we just went through the new moon in Sidereal Pisces. And then I add the tones where I'm invoking the goddess Nebuchadnezzar, who corresponds to this tone of Neptune, and Sesheta. So I'll just keep going with that. Dua Nebuchadnezzar. I am physicality and mortality. I rule over the physical body. I pour out my emotions and feelings. I am the cosmic scribe, the goddess of writing. That was Kimatone's Cosmic Sound Healing, where we use tuning forks and chimes that are tuned to the planets. And we use them for sound healing and a practice that's similar to acupuncture, using sound instead of needles. Or in that session, it was a Cosmic Chimes and Chanting session. And you can sign up to receive a personalized astrology reading with your personalized Cosmic Chimes and Chanting session, live or recorded. My sage bundle is going nuts here. So I'm just blowing some sage onto all of you on the call. Well, it's not a call, it's a live session. All right, so it looks like I had a few comments before I continue. Oh, that is so wonderful, because I wonder how the sound transfers, across the internet. I'm working on getting a better microphone, so I really appreciate your comments. I have lots of sessions on my YouTube channel that are tuned to the different celestial events, and you can play them back and listen to them at any time, because sound and energy, it's not confined to time and space, the healing aspect, so you will still receive the healing benefits from the sessions. Okay, so normally since 2007, I have worked exclusively with the celestial tones, the planetary tones, and then combining them with astrology. And recently I was inspired by someone that just reached out to me through social media to start checking into other tones for their frequencies. So I chose to work with the Solfeggio frequencies. And I have my complete set here. I have the high frequency, and I guess this one is low frequency. And then I have, all of these are high and low frequencies. And I haven't worked with them quite so much. So this first part of the session is going to be about the Solfeggio tones. And, and I could mention that the chakra tones, I don't have to buy a new set of forks because they already correspond to the planetary. So I'm going to be posting these charts really soon for anyone that's interested. So for the Solfeggio frequencies, we have Oot, which are these pink ones. And I got these at Etsy. Pretty soon I'll be selling them at my website, but for now I got them at Etsy.com. And I can't remember the guy's page. I'll have to share that information. And the pink ones are $3.96 for liberating guilt and fear. Let's hear those. So the big ones you just put right on the body, and then these you wave in the atmosphere. So this one is for liberating guilt and fear. And I don't know if you can hear these tones. And this corresponds to the Kemetic force, the cosmic force of Selket. And Selket is the goddess that protects us from our ego. So this is, it's liberating guilt and fear. And then it's also protecting us from the ego, which is guilt and fear, right? All right. Then the next one is Ray. Oh, so I said that first one is $3.96. Then the next one is Ray, or $4.17. Yeah. And this is the one for undoing situations and facilitating change. This is $4.17. And so this one is the one that corresponds to the goddess Nut. And Nut is the cosmic force of the sky, of the heavens, of the stars. And she watches over us and protects us and comforts us always. And so this is the tone that I'll be using for undoing situations and facilitating change. And I have a question mark next to that one, so I'm still researching it. But for now, that's what I'll be using it for. And then we have one of the most popular of the Solfeggio frequencies, which is 528, Me, which is the gold pair. 528, yes. And this is for transformation and miracles and DNA repair. And the sound healing with the tuning forks is known for transformation and DNA repair, and also DNA reformatting. And the reason I decided to really get into the Solfeggio frequencies is because I've recently identified a generational curse. So I'm working on a protocol for breaking generational curses. I don't know if you followed my work on YouTube. I have done 2 series on healing post-traumatic slave syndrome with sound. And I'm working on one for healing from assault, sexual assault and rape, healing from trauma. And now I'm working on the generational curses. So that's a very popular tone, 528. And that is associated with the god Kepra. And Kepra is also what we call the heart chakra. So I'll just go somewhere here for transformation and miracles, DNA repair. Oh, yes, that is quite an ordeal, healing from rape and trauma. And it was like 30 years ago, and I'm still, I guess it's an ongoing journey. There's some of my posts where I go into it a little bit, and if you look up my name on the internet with the name of the raper, you'll get lots of information. I'm not going to go into that right now. But yes, the sound healing is one way that I've done a lot of healing work on myself. So highly recommend it. Then the next Solfeggio frequency, like in the past, I would have started crying when I saw your message, but look at me now, I'm just like, yeah, we'll get back to it another time. Yeah, just look, if you just Google my name with, his last name is Tyson, I'll just say that right now, you'll get a whole slew of articles. I don't even think you need to type his name anymore. Just type my name. Then the next sound is Fa, or the tone 639. And that goes with this green pair for connecting relationships. And so, yes, it's very unfortunate. I can relate to that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry that we have that in common. What is it like? 1 in 3 women have been raped. I don't even know what the ratio is for men, and if you combine the rates, it's amazing. 1 in 3 women. And then I was with a group of 5, and it was 4 out of 5 of us had been raped. Okay, so Fa, the green ones, is for connecting relationships. That's the tone 639, and this goes to the goddess Net. And Net is also a force for protection, and also you could call her name's actually Knit, and you pronounce Knit. And I remember her because it's knitting, because she's represented by a spool of yarn on her head or thread. She's known as the Weaver, but when I was first learning them, I remembered her because of her knitting aspect. So if you notice, I've been putting the tones directly on my body, on the chakras that you can see on the camera. I haven't done the top. She wears a spool on it. You can't really see me on the top. And so the thing that's really amazing about the acutonic sound healing, this is an acutonic system that I have taken it back to the chemetic application, and so it's called chemitones, is you put the tones, the forks, right on the body. And then the high frequency forks, you wave in the aura. And then we have a few more. Soul is 741, the blue. Here we go. And so we have this one. And soul is for, let's put those here. Awakening intuition. And it's the tone 741. And so intuition, of course, goes with the goddess Aset. So I want to hear our intuition. And it's one thing to hear, it's another thing to listen. Sometimes we don't listen to our intuition. We hear it and we still do something else, But goddess Aset is the goddess of divine intuition. And then La is the red one. This is the little one. And this is the tone for 852. Returning to spiritual order, right? So anytime you're talking about order, you're talking about the goddess Ma'at. Ma'at is the goddess of balance, truth, order, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and righteousness. And so we want our hearts to be as light as a feather, and we want to be free from the fetters of Set. We want to be free from grief, sadness. We want to be free from resentment. We want our hearts to be as light as a feather, like we talked about in the last session on Thursday. And when I'm doing this self-care work, it's like you're receiving the benefit even though you're not here. Yes, the 42 laws of Ma'at. I'm going to be releasing a CD this spring with like 7 or 8 songs for the goddess Ma'at. It's going to be awesome. But when I'm working on myself, you're receiving the benefits because energy doesn't know the difference between time and space. So it's like you're right here and receiving this healing session. So right now we're just aligning some of our chakras with these Solfeggio frequencies, and I'm sharing with you the correspondence to the Kemetic Neteru cosmic forces in the Kemetone sound healing system. This is brand new information. No one else has gotten this information yet. I'll be making some videos soon, but you all are like now my inspiration for doing these wonderful things. So Ma'at again is for returning to spiritual order. And then there's a few other forks in this system that are not on this list. And so we have here, what is this, 285, which is not on the list. And so, oh, okay. Well, hung up on your room. There's a tradition or a practice where you go through, you recite them every day. In the morning, you say, I will not, da 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 da. And then in the evening, you say, I have not, da 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 da. And when your body dies, when our body dies, our soul is weighed, our heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. And according to these principles, will determine if you move onward to eternity or if you have to come back to earth. So the goal is to live life in such a way that you don't have to come back, that you've mastered those 42 laws. And the other thing is, back in the day, people would write out their own 42 laws. We didn't just always go by those 42. Like the ones that you have was put together by a certain person, and he possibly hired a scribe to write them out in hieroglyphs, or they knew how to do it themselves. So if you see a 42 laws of Ma'at, that's someone's 42 laws, and so it behooves us to write out our own. So what you could do is like study a whole bunch of them and then put together the ones that mean the most to you. So you could read them, once a day or twice a day, or like in my case, whenever it's time for me to do my Ma'at devotion, I have a chant. I have a chant for the 42 laws on Bandcamp, and it'll be on the new CD when it's released. Yep, so check them out. Anpu writes. Anpu teaches us how to know the difference between the real and the unreal, for sure. Yep. Okay, and then the last ones that I have, 285. I don't even know the meaning yet. I don't know who they correspond. I have a feeling it corresponds to 528 and 852, which are the the 528 is one of the most popular ones, yeah. So I'm going to do some more research. So when I go here, these are the grief points. And you can do those like just in your own self-care when you're feeling really sad, or when your heart feels heavy. When your heart's heavy with REU and sadness or grief or loss, you can massage your grief points. And the grief point is the actual opening point of the lung meridian. It goes like this. So if you're sad, you could just massage along your lung meridian, or move your crystals or your essential oils, whatever, and make sure you do both sides of the lung meridian. Okay, and then the other one that doesn't have a designation that I'm aware of are these black ones. And so I just associate the black with Nebuchadnezzar, because black contains all the colors, all the frequencies, and Nebuchadnezzar is the all-encompassing divinity, the all-pervading spirit who is all and is the essence of all and of all things in the form of gods and goddesses. So the black tone is for Nebuchadnezzar. And I have a chant for Anpu also. It's out on it's on YouTube and everything, as well as my Bandcamp account, Spotify, So just look up Tachia Ahmet Anpu and it'll come up. I'm not going to sing it right now because I'm sticking to the, well, I'll sing it right now. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Remove obstacles in my success, in my spiritual practice. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Lead souls through the narrow pathways to know the difference between real and unreal. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Measure between heaven and hell. Face black as night, golden as the day. Equally watchful by night as by day. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. May Anpu make my thighs firm, so that I can stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. I wash myself in the waters where Anpu washed himself, where he was the officer of embalmer and bandager. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. My lips are the lips of Anpu. 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 All right, that was a little bonus during our sound healing session. Anpu opens the ways, remove obstacles to our success. Teaches the difference between real and unreal. Do a tap. All right, so so that was the introduction to the solfeggios, and what I'm going to start doing is using these tones. Like I've been using them as music instruments with the astrology. With the solfeggio frequencies, I'm going to start using them with movement. So the next time you see me with them, I'll be dancing. But today, I'm just going to be moving them. And just, I want to see, how does it sound? What is it like? So to me, the most important ones are Capita, 528 for transformation and miracles, and Aset, 741 for awakening intuition. So we have Re, which is Ra, right? And Sol, which is the soul, or Asar. Okay. So, and Aset can be Asara too. That's interesting. All right. So thank you for joining me. So these are the two tones for 528 and 741 of the solfeggios for undoing situations, facilitating change. Nut, who gives birth to Ra, and Aset, who awakens the soul. Hey, that's how I'm going to remember. That's beautiful. I'm going to have to remember that. Where's my notebook? I'm going to write it down. Just give me 2 seconds. Like I say, I'm just learning this. So Nut gives birth to Ra, or Re, and Aset awakens the soul. Awesome. Yeah, this is really awesome. Okay, so here we go, right? Okay, yeah. Oh wait, this says me. It's not the right one. Look at this one. Ray, 520. 417. Wait. No. Oh no, I got that wrong. Oh. Capita is 528. Okay. Capita is 528. Capita is me, 528. Okay. Capita and me, and Aset gives birth to the soul. Okay. But Nut does give birth to Ra, so that doesn't change. That's just not the one I want to work with. Okay. But I think, now see, I'm thinking out loud, sorry. Okay, but Nut does give birth to Ra. Okay, so that doesn't change. Okay, So here we go. 7:41 and 5:28. Okay. So the movements that I'm going to be doing involves the spiral dance. So I'll be doing a lot of spirals. But right now, I'd appreciate if you are online, if you can hear this. Can you hear these tones? Because if you can't hear them, there's no point in me doing it. I guess it'll be a good visual. But I'm going to be doing a lot of spirals, and then I have the spiral dance. Maybe I'll try that right now. You can hear it? Okay. That's wonderful. Dua. Okay. So what did I say? I said Kepra and Aset. Dua Set. Dua Kepra. Dua Set. Dua Kepra. Dua Set. Dua Kepra. Dua Set. Dua Kepra. Okay, so this could be really super powerful because, well, it is really super powerful, this combination. And in this system, it's super powerful because of the relationship between Aset and Ra, Aset and Kepra. In the myth of Aset and Kepra, or Ra, because it's Kepra at the beginning of the day at sunrise, Ra at midday, and Ra at the end of the day. Dua, thank you so much for being here. I'm learning a lot. And the myth of Ra and Aset, Aset was still a human. She was still a lady. It was before she became a goddess. And she had learned so much about life on Earth, the sciences, astrology, mathematics, health, wisdom, medicine, herbs. She learned about the pleasures of sex, Tantra Yoga. She had studied so much and had become bored with life as a human. She wanted to become more than human. And so she devised a plan to become like Ra, to become like Kepra. So Aset wanted to become like Ra. And so she devised a plan, and she made a serpent, the sacred Tapishepsi, out of spittle from Ra, from Kepra, and soil that was on her skirt, on her dress. And she made a little serpent and laid it in the path of Ra, because he walks across the earth every day. He looks, he makes this journey to look at the earth and look at his creation every day, the journey of Ra. And he was bit by this snake, and he didn't know what it was, and he almost died. It was a poison that, since he didn't make the serpent, there was no antidote. And so Aset was like, I have the antidote, but you have to tell me your name. I want to know your essence. I want to know the essence of creation. If you tell me your name, I'll give you the antidote. So Ra tried to talk her out of it. He couldn't talk her out of it. So he finally relented and revealed his essence. And so Aset entered into Ra, gained the wisdom of creation, and then became a goddess. And she left specific instructions for us to follow to attain enlightenment and to become a god or a goddess. And so that is what these two tones represent. So this is really amazing. I'm so grateful that I am doing this. And I'm going to keep doing the celestial cosmic chants on the new moon and the full moon. But the other times, I'm going to be working with these tones to learn more about them. So I'll do a little bit more chanting, and then we'll move on to the Sidereal Astrology. I lost track of time. Oh my gosh, okay. Nukpu Aset Nukpu Kapara Nukpu Aset Nukpu Kapara I am awakening intuition. I'm the mother of divine intuitional wisdom. Nukpu Kapara. I am the creator of the gods and goddesses. I am transformation. I am miracles. I repair your cosmic code and blueprint. DNA reformatting. Dua Aset Dua Kapara. Hatep. Thank you for being here on the very first Kimatone Solfeggio Frequencies session. Oh, okay. Okay. Now we're going to, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of those sessions. This is my first one. I'm so glad you're here. It was actually amazing. Really amazing for me. So now I'm going to switch to the astrology session, aspect of this session, or talk about the Kemetic Sidereal Astrology chart. And by the way, these are pinhole glasses. They have holes punched in them. And I use these instead of reading glasses. They force your eyes to focus and get stronger instead of magnifying what you're looking at, which makes your vision weaker. And they're available at my website, lightbeingwellness.com. So at this point of the session, if you tell me your birth date, if you type your birth date in, I can tell you what sign you are sidereally, and then I'll play the tones for you. So the sidereal astrology is based on the actual motion of the sun through the constellations, and then also the planets through the constellations. It's based on the actual ephemeris put out by NASA, as opposed to the Western Babylonian astrology systems, even the Hindu. Uh-oh, my dog's barking. Just a second. She was naughty, so I had her locked up. All right, you can come out, but only because it's late. Come on. Come on. Yeah, when I laid down to take a nap earlier, she jumped on the counter and ate some potatoes. Well, she didn't eat them. She bit into them. She chewed on a few. So I'll fix those for her next time. But anyway, so it's based on the actual motion of the stars and the planets through the constellations, based on NASA in the National Aeronautics Space Administration ephemeris. So the astrology system that we're familiar with is a man-made system. It's not based on actual motion. It's based on an illusion, because the sun and the planets do not move into the new sign every certain number of days, like they have the sun moves every 21st of the month. That's not true. It's actually it spends a different amount of time in each constellation it spends, what, 45 days in Virgo, only 7 days in Scorpio, 32 days in Aries. So it's not based on reality. So because time moves forward one day every 72 years. So it's not what it was 4,000 years ago when time was fixed by the Babylonians. Another effort to control time and control our lives. Another example is how they say the new day begins at midnight. However, the sun rises at around between 5 and 6 a.m. depending on where you're located, and now we have daylight savings time. But the new day begins at sunrise. So they steal 6 hours from us every night. Like, I don't say 2 o'clock in the morning. I say 2 hours after midnight, because it's 2 hours after midnight. 12 midnight is supposed to be the middle of the night. So how is it that 12:05 midnight is the next day? And then the other obvious example of how they steal time and space, control time, is if the moon, we know the lunar calendar has 13 months, right? So then why does the solar calendar have 12 months? I mean, they admit the lunar calendar has 13 months. Well, this system has 13 months. They're just not all the same number of days. I posted it in the announcement for this session. So you can always go back to it. And then you can find out more at my website, lightbeingwellness.com, or just look up horoscopes. It's called horoscopes because Horus is Greek, right? So this is the Kemetic system. So when you get your horoscope analysis, it lays out the course for you to win at life, because Haru is the spiritual victory of the victory of our spiritual aspiration, the redemption of our soul. So when you get a horoscope, it doesn't just say do this, don't do that. It's like, if you do this, you'll win. So anyway, so if you give me your birth date right now, I can tell you, your astrology, what sun sign you are, and then I'll play your tones for you. Or you could sign up at my website and get an astrology reading. So for those of you that are still on the call, if you type in your birthday, I'll give you a mini sound healing reading. But if you don't, then I'll just keep rambling. So they control time and space by manipulating time, which is an illusion. If you were on the call earlier, I was talking about how Aset, the divine intuition, poisons creation so that you can see it for real. The illusion is like that everything is solid, like that this frequency is solid, that my body is solid, this shirt is solid. And science has admitted that everything is composed of molecules, atoms, cells, molecules of energy, molecules of light, right? Because light is contained in this watery encasement. And that's why we're light beings trapped in a watery encasement. So for anyone who's still on the call, if you type in your birth date, I will look up your sign, your sun sign, and then play your tones. Like, for instance, my sun sign is in the sign of Kepra, Sidereal Cancer. So then this would be my, oh look, there's someone, July 22nd, okay, July 22nd. So in reality, you are a Cancer, just like me. We are taught that we're Leo, but we're actually Cancer, and I was just getting ready to play that one. So this is for us who are actually Sidereal Cancer, which is the tone of Kepra. So this is for you and I. Sun in Sidereal Cancer. You are wrong. You are Kepra. Do a capital. I am transformation of the family. I am transformation in adversity. Oh, my arm's getting sore. So that was for Sun in Sidereal Cancer. And someone I see typed in, let me see if I can read the names with this. Yeah, I can't really read the names. They're faded out. So that would depend because in this system, like I said, all the signs are off by about a month. So I'd have to look up your chart to know what your rising sign is. And tonight I'm only equipped to deal with the sun signs. Okay, so I have another one, July 16th. So according to this chart, July 16th, you are Sidereal Gemini, which is ruled by Jehuti. Okay, so then that would take me to, take me to, no, that's not that one. This one. Okay, so this is the tone for Mercury, which rules Gemini, and then we have the Sun. So this is the tone for your sun sign in the sidereal system. And I can't play it too long because my arm will get tired. But you could sign up to get your full chart, full astrology reading. And then we have an analysis where I break it down to you on a one-on-one webinar conference call. And then you can also, for an extra charge, get a full astrology reading with the cosmic chimes and chanting. So they'd be chants that have never been sung. They'd be created specifically for you for your birth date. And then you could sing them over and over again, you know, for your own spiritual practice. Okay, so this is for July 16th. I'm on. Okay, so we have the Sun in Sidereal Gemini. Dua Ra, Dua Jehuti. And so Jehuti is the cosmic force of communication and divine intelligence, and it's the cosmic mind. So it's not just communications with our ego, but communicating with the cosmic mind. The cosmic mind is the mind of Nebuchadnezzar, the mind of creation. So we have the cosmic mind, and then we have our infinite mind, and what we're experiencing in this very moment is a projection of our infinite mind. And when we've purified our intellect and our ego, then we're receiving wisdom and knowledge and information from the cosmic mind. Like, visualize it, a waterfall pouring into your infinite mind and then projecting that into your limited mind, which lives in your brain. So it's not like us projecting outward from our first eye. It's about us, our first eye and our pineal gland, receiving from this infinite mind, receiving from this cosmic mind. Okay, so when you're born in this sign, then you are tuned into the cosmic mind, and your thing is all about intelligence, intellect, wisdom, knowledge, communications, technology, like reading, you know. So this is your sidereal reading. It's not like, because I think normally you'd be considered a Cancer, but in this system you're a Jehuti. So this is for you born on July 16th. Do a Dua Jehuti. Dua Ra. Dua Jehuti. I am creation, the cosmic mind of creation. I am the creator. I am cosmic mind. Dua-Ra, Dua-Jehuti, Nipura, Nipujahuti. The tap. Okay, Dua. Okay, let's go back. See a few more. I'm on 329. Okay. All right. So I got 329. Okay. March 29. Oh, your birthday is coming up this month. March 29th would be considered an Aquarius if you go by reality, by when the sun is actually in the constellation of Aquarius. And this is similar to Vedic astrology. However, the Vedic astrology, which is sidereal, they do not include Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, let's see, I'm looking at this backwards. Ophiuchus is here at the top. It's the 13th constellation between Scorpio and Sagittarius. Ophiuchus is the sign of the healer. So if you have a planet or an aspect in Ophiuchus, that's an indication that you're a healer. So that's why it would be really good to get your chart done with someone who does 13-month sidereal astrology to find out where Ophiuchus is in your chart. But for now, we're going to be doing 329, which is the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius begins on February 16th and goes to March 11th or 12th. So we just left Aquarius, and we're now in the sign of Sidereal Pisces. That's why we had the new moon in Sidereal Pisces. So this one is for, wait, did you say March 29th? Yeah, March 29th. I'm sorry, not February 29th. March 29th. March 29th is Sidereal Pisces. So my bad. March 29th is Sidereal Pisces. So I'm going to be doing that one now. And we're actually in Pisces now. So that's good. I did a little bit with Pisces for the new moon transmission. So you could listen to that. I have the short version here on TikTok, and then the long version, which is like 2 minutes, at the lake. I have it on YouTube and Instagram, and I also have like the whole 12-minute analysis on YouTube. It's not on Instagram. The Untitled Tones, Cosmic Sound Healing, and there's a link in my link tree in the bio. All right, so this is the one for where we are now with the sun in Sidereal Pisces. And this is for the person whose birthday is March. My girl's a Pisces, but with your chart, I think she'd be an Aquarius. Yeah, they're all off by about a month. So you can see her birthday is between February 16th and March 11th. Then she would be an Aquarian. And you can go to the Nassau ephemeris and see the dates there if you don't believe my little chart. Yeah, you just look up 13-month sidereal astrology and you go to Nassau, or, well, they won't call it astrology. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to have to get off the phone. I still call it the phone. I guess it is the phone. I'm using my phone. The broadcast. So this is for sun in Sidereal Pisces. So sun, of course, Ra is creation, creativity. And Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune, and it horoscopes this system or chemitones that refers to Nebuchadnezzar, the goddess of physicality, dealing with our releasing our emotions, getting in touch with our feelings, our past lives. It's mostly, and our physicality, but really connecting our body and soul. That's what it represents, Nebuchadnezzar. But that's why it's about releasing deep feelings and emotions, because when you hold on to toxic feelings and emotions, they become illnesses. So we can hold on to the good ones, but you got to let go of the toxic ones. So this is about using our creativity, I'm bumping into the table, to release emotions. To arise, to an abbot head, Nukpura, Nukpun abbot head, to arise. To an abbot head, Nukpura, Nukpun abbot head. Pouring out our emotions in a positive way, releasing our emotions in a creative way, to arise, to an abbot head, Nukpura, Nukpun abbot head. Yes, my arm tells me when it's time to stop. Yes, so if you're interested in getting your own personalized individual horoscopes astrology reading with the chemitones, cosmic chimes, and chanting session, if you go to lightbeingwellness.com and look for Kemetic Connections, you can sign up to get your own session, cosmic chimes and chanting session. You could go to my chemitones, cosmic sound healing YouTube channel and experience the benefit of all the healing work I've been doing for the past, I don't know how many years. I don't even want to think about how many years. And even though it might have been a celestial event in the past, you can still receive the benefit from the transmission, because the sound healing energy doesn't know time or space. So do up for joining me, and I go live on Thursday nights and Sunday nights, and it's either going to be music, astrology, sound healing, or wellness. Those are my 3 topics, and I just kind of rotate. So the next one will be wellness, and I'll probably talk about different herbs or healing modalities. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate your presence. It would be nothing without you. And I'll see you on the feed. For people who stick around for the whole session, I always follow you. And then I'm always checking in on your content. I don't just watch the For You page or even the following. I go and see the comments. Whoever comments on my posts, and I go follow them and follow their posts and comment on their posts. And I learned about this from, what's her name? Tea with Taki. I don't remember her name. Tea time with somebody. And I'm always referring her. So I'll post her name somewhere because she gives really good advice. Okay, oh, you just tuned in. I'll be back Thursday night. I try to come on at 9 or midnight. You know, it depends on what's going on. So I'll be back Thursday night at 9 p.m. or at the middle of the night. I love you. Thank you for being here. Dua Hatap. It was awesome. Peace and love.